In just 3 years, I achieved my dream job, I got my dream girl, and I achieved my dream physique using the law of compounding. The most impactful lesson I ever learned is that how you live your days is how you live your life. After hearing this, I realized that every time I had an amazing day, it wasn't just the fact that one great thing happened. Rather, it was the accumulation of a bunch of small positive events that led me to feeling amazing. The small events could be as weird as reading 10 pages in a book, but I realized if I could group together a bunch of these small things and transform it into one productive day, I felt great, I felt purposeful, and I felt so motivated for life. Something that usually doesn't happen if I'm not considering these small things. The accumulation of these small daily habits has led to my overall satisfaction in life and has motivated me to go way past my dreams and goals and to achieve even more. And today I'm going to show you how you can do that with 5 easy steps. Over time, these small daily habits started compounding through a day and then a week and then a month of doing certain small habits like learning something new or praising myself for reading 10 pages. This eventually led to me achieving mastery in some of these and being able to share them now with you. That's true growth. The law of compounding states that small, consistent efforts that accumulate over time lead to exponential growth. So, for example, let's say you wanted to make a goal that you're going to run a 5K in 3 months. Well, the law of compounding suggests that just by starting each and every day, without having to run a 5K every single day for training, start small. Start by running a quarter mile every day. Throughout time, you begin to get faster at the quarter mile, and then you could progress to a half mile, and then 3/4 of the mile. And next thing you know, it's a day of the 5K and you can handle it with ease because you have trained your body, your nervous system, and your mind to boost your resilience and be able to adapt to any situation. That's the law of compounding. Using those small habits that you've spread out and they just accumulate and transform into something amazing. It's easier than you think, guys. Your goals in life does not have to be make or break. Although it's good to work 14 hours a day, you don't have to do it. It's the small and continuous improvements throughout your lifetime that lead to your dreams. So, here are 5 ways that we can leverage the law of compounding so that we can achieve our dreams and live our very best lives. Number 1, develop daily habits. For law of compounding to really work, you want to develop small and positive daily habits that you can act out almost all the time. So if I want to write a book, the first thing I'm going to do is start by writing a page a day. By writing a page a day, I am training myself to understand how to write, the flow of my prose, the ability to formulate sentences and structure and formatting and spacing. And doing this over time, although it's a page a day, I'm slowly becoming the author of my book. As you consistently practice these habits, they start to compound over weeks, months, maybe even years. Next thing you know, you've been doing something for 2 years. How amazing is that? You're a pro already. Keep it going. Focus on keystone habits. Identify main habits that you can act out. For example, habits that I do not miss on a daily basis are meditation, morning movement, 32 ounces of water with minerals in the morning, and working out throughout the day. Also reading and writing. If I do these every day, I know I will continue to get stronger mentally and physically, and I will start learning more and understand the perception of others through reading different genres and styles. That's what leads to your goals, your dreams. It's continuous growth. No matter how small, growth is still growth. 2, Now that we got our goals, we need to continuously learn. My top tip for continuous learning, read regularly. By reading regularly, you're exposing yourself to new and various forms of ideas, values, and perceptions so that you can understand the world holistically. You start to understand where people are coming from, and you could take those ideas, join them with your own. That's what makes creativity. When you're doing this, you're embracing lifelong learning. Cultivate this learning passion. You didn't just go to school and now you're done. The whole point of life is almost to learn and to play. So by taking time throughout our day, maybe 10 to 30 minutes if you have it, to learn something new, you're broadening your horizons and you're attaching new tools that you could use to get to your goals. So for example, if you want to become a coder for ChatGPT, you can now make a GPT make millions of dollars. Don't take my idea now. You can start by saying, oh shit, I need to learn how to code. Okay, start small. I want you for 10 to 30 minutes every day, one YouTube video on how to code. Start with one line, one script. Whatever the coder bros do, DM in the comments if you know what to do. Start with one script and build it over time. By the end of that week, you might have a little script that you can maybe start something with. Or you can look at someone else's and maybe go, hey, that idea is great. I'm gonna start to incorporate that. Another example might be, hey, I wanna learn a language. Right now, I'm trying to learn Croatian, me personally. So I'm gonna start by doing 10 minutes of Croatian daily. Just doesn't seem like a lot, but let me tell you, 10 minutes of any language is difficult, and it's going to train your mind and it's going to create new neuronal connections. That's the point of neurogenesis. Now, apply what you know to your life. Actively apply everything that you learned into your daily existence. Maybe you got something really awesome about positive mindset from like a podcast, or maybe you got something very cool from YouTube on how to code. Use that. And also a note, whatever you're putting into your brain, that is going to play in your emotions, your mood, and how you think. So if you're putting death metal, scary music on blast all day and listening to, I don't know, Satanists talk about how they're going to take over the world, I don't think you might feel good. Who knows? You might feel great after listening to that. I certainly wouldn't. I would probably go to church after. I don't even go to church, but you get the point. I might not feel so good after. Okay? So by applying your new knowledge, you can start to shape yourself into the person you want to be. It starts with the small actions. And next thing you know, you're molding, and you make something amazing. 3, cultivate positive relationships. How does this apply to the law of compounding? Well, in your relationships, every day you can work on building them, making greater depth in your relationships. Meaningful connections provide emotional supports, empathy, and can open doors to new opportunities through your friends, through love, through connections. Work on these every day, guys. Me personally, I always like to think in the mornings, as well as writing on my gratitude journal, one person that I could think about, pray for, or help during the day. So this morning I woke up and go, hey, I could help my next door neighbor. She needs a connection to my friend. Boom. That's how I'm helping my person. I'm trying to cultivate these positive relationships. And guess what? I'm learning a thing or two along the way. I'm learning other people's experiences. I'm learning how to connect people together. You're a matchmaker in heaven right there. That's how you do it. All we got to do is help others, guys. 4, financial planning and investments. The time has come. We're talking about the law of compounding in finance on the Kool Health platform. Who could ever suspect? Being financially stable is a sign that you're healthy. And one of the worst insecurities, in my opinion, is having financial insecurity, not knowing when your next paycheck is coming in. So you're able to feed yourself, or even more stressful, you have to feed a family. And I know that plays a big role in the health of our body and our spirit. So if you can be financially healthy and learn to use the law of compounding in your favor, you're not only becoming financially fit, you're becoming fit in general. So let's apply the law of compounding into our finances. Just start by investing $10 into a savings account a day, maybe even smaller. Let's go with $5 a day. This may seem not like a lot, but then you start to notice as weeks go on, as months go on, 52 weeks, $5 a week. All of a sudden, you have $260 in it a year. That's slowly building up over time. And that's your rainy day fund. That's something you can use in case of an emergency. Now, you can start applying that to a 401k or Roth IRA. I'm certainly not a finance expert, but the law of compounding, your money starts increasing through interest and all of that jazz. So now what was once $5 can now be $5.25 and $5.50 and beyond. So slowly start investing. Find things that you can invest in. Maybe you want to open a savings account so that you can afford, I don't know, a new microphone, or you want to buy a new pair of running shoes. Start just throwing in $5 a week. Next thing you know, you have that pair of shoes and you didn't have to kill the bank account by drawing out $260. Reinvest profits. Instead of receiving profits and spending them, use the law of compounding in your favor. Keep on putting them back into things you're already investing in. If you invested in that savings account and you're getting more money somehow, put more money into the savings account. Maybe you put $6 or $7. Now you're starting to accumulate more wealth without even having to do much. This is the law of compounding in finance. If you want more law of compounding in finance, I'm sure there's a billion videos on it, but that's the whole idea. By small daily habits over time, our wealth starts to generate. We feel more secure and we don't have to stress as much as our finances. We now can diversify them and enjoy the things in life. Buy something we want to buy or spend it on a loved one. That's how the law of compounding works in your favor. 5, set and pursue your goals. Now I know we've been talking about goals basically this whole time, how to achieve them, how to achieve your dreams, but this time I want you to write down your goals. Write down those long-term goals that you imagine seeing yourself 5, 10, 15 years. And we're going to use the law of compounding to get there. So now you got your goal. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that 5-year goal, let's say, and we're going to break it down into 1-year goals. Let's say you wanted to become a violinist in an orchestra in 5 years. Here's how I would break it down. First, I would buy a violin. Second, I will understand how the strings work. Each week, I would take about 10 to 20 minutes of my day to learn the very basics. Day 2, I will feel the violin, get my string, and I'll probably play the thing a bit. It'll sound horrible, but I'll just get a feel of it. Day 3, I might buy a violin course on YouTube or wherever, okay? And day 4, I'm gonna start to practice this course, 10 to 30 minutes each day, okay? Now let's say we're 6 months in. 6 months in, I know how to play the violin okay. We did the course and we've picked up a couple things along the way from our new violinist friends. We started cultivating deep relationships, right? Started making goals. Maybe we put some money aside. That's the law of compounding right there. Next thing you know, 1 year has gone by and you can now play your favorite song on the violin. You're rocking out to that thing, right? Cool. Year 1 goes by. Next thing you know, you join a small group of violinists. Keep it going every single day, maybe 10 to 20 minutes. You enjoy the thing so much, you start playing an hour on the weekends. And then what turns into an hour a day? And you keep on going. It's now year 3. You now have a media account where you share a violin experience and you're violining it and you're going crazy and people love it and you're doing this day in, day out. You can take breaks. It doesn't have to be every single day. Take weekends off, of course. The whole idea is, though, through that 5-year timeline, you have built up so much violin experience that you are way closer to joining the orchestra. And guess what? Year 5, you're going to be so good, you're going to join that orchestra and be the violinist. They saw that social media account. They go, oh yeah, they're pretty good at violin. That's how you do it. That's consistent progress. Focus on making small but gradual progress each and every day. Each and every day, you should look back and go, did I improve just a little bit? Just to some extent. If so, you won the day. Congrats. I swear, you can literally learn anything. If I wanted to learn rocket science right now, I would spend 10 minutes learning rocket science. And I guarantee you, one day I'm gonna make a video on rocket science and sound like I know what I'm doing just because I looked it up for 10 minutes. So guys, by harnessing the power of compounding, you're taking small steps throughout your day that accumulates over time and leads to your dreams and goals. If you like this, share with others and apply it to your own life. Watch how the law of compounding and consistency over time makes your dreams come true. KH out.